Good morning guys, welcome to Bright Learning app. Students, in this session we are going to study our new chapter, and the new chapter is electrochemistry. The electrochemistry chapter, we can get a questions in between 5 to 7 or 5 to 9 marks, and most probably in all the exams it is most probably coming a mark in between 5 to 7. And also the majority of the numericals related to this chapter is very important, and most probably from molar conductivity, limiting molar conductivity, from Faraday's law, Kirchhoff's rules that you already studied, the Kirchhoff law you already studied in your physics. This type of problems, they are most probably coming from these chapters. So we can go through this chapter clearly, perfectly. And the logarithm table, see here students, in the backside of your NCERT, there is logarithm table will be present. That logarithm is also important, and for your exam the log value will be given. Okay, so either you can use the Clark's table also for your exam. So we can go through the chapter clearly. First of all, we are going to electrochemistry. Electrochemistry, what is my electrochemistry? It is a chemistry, it is a study of chemistry in which there is a conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy, that is known as electrochemistry. So in this electrochemistry chapter, we are studying how the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. That's the basic concept of electrochemistry. So when we are moving further towards the chapter, see, over here can see the electrochemistry. See, batteries. Battery, inside the battery it may be contain lead, there may be lead, it may be H2O2, or it may be nickel cadmium. Any type of the elements will be present inside the battery, and that chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Most probably our cell phone, mobiles, our tablets, everything contain a battery. That is most probably these batteries are, everything is made up of what? That is the conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy. Also, you know the new gen vehicles, I'm just saying new gen vehicles, that is run with batteries, and it have less pollution, they have less noise, and it is most probably is run with batteries. And that vehicle's battery have a more cost, more maybe 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs or 8 lakhs. It is the cost of that battery itself. So in that battery, what is happening? It convert the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, so see here, batteries and fuel cell convert chemical energy into what? Into electrical energy. See. So what is electrochemistry? Electrochemistry is the importance for creating new technologies that are eco-friendly because are more efficient and less pollutant. I already gave you the new gen vehicle, new cars, Tesla, we can say the Tesla model cars, we can say they have battery, and that battery, what is they are doing? They are just running based on this battery. So the battery life may be 5 years or 10 years. After that, you have to replace that battery of that vehicle. Then you can further use this vehicle again and again. And the wear and tear will be very less comparatively with the diesel engine over the petrol engine. Most probably the wear and tear will be more in the diesel engine, then it will be less in petrol engine, and it will be very less in the case of a battery running engines. So we can say this is very eco-friendly because they have less pollution, we can say zero pollution, and also they are more efficient because we have less cost for there is no need of petrol, there is no need of diesel, there is no need of further adding oils or anything. We have to only control the engine oils only, and also they are less pollutant also. This is a basic concept of the electrochemistry in our daily life. So when we are going further, see, we are going to study electrochemical cells. That's the first thing we are going to study here. What is meant by electrochemical cell? The electrochemical cell, the first cell here I will introduce the first cell. See here, the electrochemical cell, the first cell I am going to introduce here is galvanic cell. The galvanic cell is known as voltaic cell. This is the first cell that I am going to discussing here. This is the actual representation of a galvanic cell, a device which convert chemical energy from a spontaneous redox reaction into electrical energy is called the electrochemical cell. These are also called the galvanic cell and voltaic cell. So this is converting a spontaneous redox reaction into, that is chemical energy into electrical energy, that is known as the electrochemical cell, and these are also known as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. This is the actual representation of this one, and it have a particular anode. It will be having an anode and it will be having a cathode. Anode will be present there, cathode will be present there, and there are electrolyte. These are the electrolytes. These are the electrolyte we are using. These are, both of them are electrolyte, and this two electrolyte is connected by a thing that this one is known as a salt bridge. This is connected by a salt bridge. Salt bridge is made up of potassium chloride or agar. That's the component inside present in the salt bridge, or it may be NaCl, or it may be agar, it may be KCl, and there is a voltmeter is connected in between this anode and cathode. This is the actual representation of a galvanic cell, and this figure is quite important for you when we are going to explaining the cell representation, the cell reaction. You have to draw these structures. You have to show an anode, you have to show a cathode. Anode is what? Anode, cation is positive, so cathode is negative. Then anion is negative, but anode is positive. This is a concept. Anode is positive. So this is a concept of a galvanic cell. So see here, I will give you a very simple concept here. Already you know the reactivity series. I will show you a simple reactivity series here, that is KNaCAMg AlZnFe NiSnPbH CuHgAgAu PT. This is a reactivity series. This is a reactivity series. In this reactivity series, for example, you know that the top element, we can say when we are moving down the reactivity series, the reactivity is decreasing. We can say reactivity is decreasing. Reactivity decreasing when we are moving from top to bottom. So when we are moving from top to bottom here, what is happening? The reactivity is decreasing. This is the actual reactivity series that we have to discuss here. The reactivity series, top you have a potassium and bottom you have a platinum here you have. So this is the actual reactivity series. So in this reactivity series, how we can check whether it is an anode or cathode? For example, if you are given by zinc and copper, the top element will be act as anode and the bottom element will be act as a cathode. The top element will be act as an anode, the top element will be act as an anode, and bottom element will be act as a cathode. Anode will be always undergo oxidation. Anode will be always undergo oxidation, and cathode will be always undergo reduction. So if two elements are given to you, for example zinc and copper, which is anode and which is cathode, how can you find? You have to check the reactivity series. In that reactivity series, the top element should be act as an anode and the bottom element should be act as cathode. And if it is anode, anode will be undergo oxidation and cathode will be undergo reduction. What is oxidation? Loss of electron. What is reduction? Gain of electron. What is oxidation? That is loss of electron. And what is reduction? Gain of electron. So say here, if I am writing this anode here, if you are writing here anode here, what is happening here? That is loss of electron. That is Zn gives Zn 2 plus 2 electron. It loses 2 electron. And what is happening at cathode? What is happening at cathode? Cathode will be always undergo reduction. That is Cu2 plus Cu plus 1 electron gives Cu. To get 2 electron, you have to multiply this whole reaction by 2, then it will become balanced, because here also 2 electron, here also it will become 2 electron. So in this way, you have to find the anode and cathode. The top element should be act as an anode and the bottom element should be act as a cathode. I think you got the point. So see here, when you are considering the figure here, when I am considering the figure here, so the anode will be, this one will be zinc, this one will be zinc. I will show you that. This one will be zinc is immersed in zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, and this will be copper is immersed in copper sulfate. So the anode undergo oxidation and cathode undergo reduction. So from anode, the electrons will be moved from, that is anode to cathode. Electrons will move from anode to cathode. When the electron is moving from anode to cathode, that is a flow of electron is occur there, then it will create what? It will create electricity. So students, see here, you are given by anode, you are given by cathode. The anode will be always undergo oxidation. So oxidation means here that is flow of electron will be occur, and here the flow of electron is from the anode to cathode, from here to here. This is flow of, this is the flow of electrons. Flow of electron is from anode to cathode. Just opposite will be the flow of current. So from cathode to anode, the flow of current will be occur. This is a flow of current. This is a flow of current. This much concept that you have to know from the galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So I will show you this concept once again. All of my dear students, please look at here once again. So when we are considering a galvanic cell, see here, when we are considering a galvanic cell, I already gave you, galvanic is also known as voltaic cell. Galvanic cell is also known as voltaic cell, and sometimes this voltaic cell is also known by another name, and that another name of this compound is known as a Daniell cell. This is also known as a Daniell cell. So when I am considering a galvanic cell, see, I am just considering a beaker here. When I am considering a beaker here, and I am just considering the second beaker here, and this beaker I am just considering a rod here. I am considering a rod, and in this beaker also I am considering another rod, and these two things are connected by a voltmeter. And there is electrolyte will be present. There is electrolyte will be present here. There is electrolyte will be present here. And I'm just writing here, this is act as an anode. This will be act as an anode. And this will be act as a cathode. This will be act as a cathode. So you have anode with you, you have cathode with you. Anode will be positive and cathode will be negative. Anode will be positive, cathode will be negative. Anode will always undergo oxidation. I'm just writing here. Anode will be always undergo oxidation, and in cathode it always undergo reduction. Okay. Anode will always undergo oxidation, cathode it will undergo reduction. So see here, if, for example, in the reactivity series, if I am considering, you know the reactivity series what? KNaCAMgAlZn Fe NiSnPbH CuHgAgAuPt. This is the general reactivity series. In this reactivity series, if I am considering zinc and if I am considering copper, the top element will be act as an anode and the bottom element will be act as a cathode. So the zinc here will be act as an anode. The anode will undergo oxidation, and the copper will be act as a cathode. The cathode will be undergo reduction. So see here, if this is zinc, for example, this is zinc and this is copper, and here the solution is zinc sulfate, that is ZnSO4, and here it is copper sulfate, that is CuSO4. Zinc sulfate and copper sulfate. So when electricity is passed, and also one thing you have to check, that is this two solution is connected by a salt bridge. See, this is known as the salt bridge. This is known as salt bridge. The salt bridge I already gave you. It may be made up of agar. It may be made up of agar, or it may be made up of KCl, or it may be made up of sodium nitrate, NaNO3, or it may be made up of potassium nitrate, that is KNO3. These are the things that we are used to make the salt bridge. So when electricity is passed, the anode will undergo oxidation. So what will be the reaction at anode? That's the thing that you have to know. What is the reaction at anode? I will show you that. The anode I'm just writing here. What is happening at anode? Anode will undergo oxidation. So Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electron. And in the case of cathode, what is happening at cathode? Cathode will undergo reduction. Either you can write like this, I'll go Cu Cu gives a Cu2 plus 2 electron. I just writing initially like this itself. No need of writing plus, or you can write 2 plus also. Both are right. So this is a cell representation at anode, and this is a reaction at cathode. Not a cell representation. This is a reaction at anode, and this is a reaction at a cathode. So the flow of electron from anode to cathode, the flow of electron will takes place. So from here we can say, from this side to this side, we can say flow of electron will takes place from anode to cathode, and from cathode to anode we can say here this is the flow of we can say the flow of current. I'm just writing here that is current itself. So here is the flow of current. From here to here, the current is taking place from cathode to anode, and from anode to cathode, the electron is flowing. This is the actual structure of a galvanic cell, and already gave you the galvanic cell is also known as Daniell cell. This concept and how to draw this structure and how to consider an anode and cathode is a very important concept. See here, I will show you one more thing. So to represent the overall cell reaction, see each reaction is known as, this is we can say this anode will undergo oxidation. So we can write here this is oxidation half cell. This is known as the oxidation half cell. Half of the reaction is undergo oxidation, and this is reduction half cell. So overall it will be redox reaction. The overall reaction we can write like this. So in the left side you have zinc and copper. So I'm just writing here Zn. This reaction you can write like this, okay, because this is reduction. So you can write like this. I will show you that. Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. This is a reaction at cathode, okay, because it is reduction. That is 2 plus will become 0 because this is reduction. Here it is 0 will become 2 plus, that is loss of electron takes place, that is oxidation. Here it is gain of electron takes place, that is reduction. So the overall reaction we can say Zn plus here it is Cu2 plus here it is 2 electron gives, in the right side you have Zn2 plus 2 electron plus Cu. This is the reaction. So here the common here you have 2 electron. You can cancel that 2 electron. So the overall reaction will become Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. This is the overall reaction. This will be the overall reaction of this reaction. I think you got the concept. So to draw a galvanic cell or a Daniell cell, you have to know this much concept. The galvanic cell is also known as voltaic cell or Daniell cell. You have to know the reactivity series. From this reactivity series, whether you are considering an anode or a cathode. In this reaction, you have to draw the figure, that is beaker with rod and another beaker with rod. First you have to draw anode, then you have to draw cathode. From anode to cathode, the flow of electron will take place, and from cathode to anode, the flow of current will be takes place, and this two solution is connected by a salt bridge. The salt bridge is made up of agar-agar, sodium nitrate, potassium chloride or potassium nitrate, and the reaction at anode is Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electron, and reaction at cathode gives Cu2 plus 2 electron will give Cu, and this is oxidation half cell, and this is reduction half cell, and this is the overall reaction. In this overall reaction, you have to cancel this 2 electron, so it will be like that Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. And I will show you one more thing here. How can you do the cell representation? How can you represent this cell representation? Cell representation, I will give you a simple method, that is ABC model. ABC model is a cell representation. A for anode, B for bridge, C for cathode. A for anode, B for bridge, and C for cathode. What is A? Anode. Anode, what is happening? Zn will become Zn2 plus. So you have to write like this. That is, I will show you that. See here, Zn bar Zn2 plus. This is a reaction at anode. Zn gives Zn2 plus. Then bridge you have to draw two lines. Then cathode, what is happening? Cu2 plus will become Cu. So you have to write Cu2 plus bar Cu. This is a cell representation. This much concept that you have to know from this galvanic cell. So all of my dear students, please look at here the concept and everything. Here we are discussing about the galvanic cell or voltaic cell. This is also known as Daniell cell. You have to know the reactivity series. The top element should be act as anode and the bottom element should be act as cathode, and you have to know how to draw the structures and everything, and you have to know what will be happen at anode and what will be happen at cathode. You have to know how to draw the overall reaction. You have to cancel that 2 electron. It will become, this is the overall reaction. This will be act as the overall reaction. This is the overall reaction, and you have to know how to do the cell representation. This is a basic concept of galvanic cell, voltaic cell, Daniell cell. So we can move further. We are going to electrochemical cell. See, the electrochemical cell in this devices Gibbs energy. You know what is my Gibbs energy? You studied in which chapter? Thermodynamics, class 11. Gibbs energy of a spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. The Gibbs energy of a spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. This equation is very, very important. Based on this problem may come. That is delta G is equal to minus NFE. Delta G is equal to minus NFE. What is delta G? Gibbs free energy. What is N? Moles of electron, number of moles of electron. F is the Faraday's constant. E is the standard cell potential or standard electrode potential. These values make Q1, and you have to either find the Faraday's constant, either you have to find the cell potential, either you have to find the moles of the electron, either you have to find the delta G. And please give this equation as a star mark. Based on this, any problem when you see any word, you have to do it, work on it, and try to do this problem, and we will discuss that problem in our live discussion itself. So when we are moving further, what are the uses of the electrochemical cell? It is used for running motors. You know that it is used for running motors and other electrical gadgets like a heater, fan, and gases. In the everywhere we are using this electrochemical cells. So first one, we are electrochemical cell. Daniell cell is an example of a galvanic cell. So Daniell cell, you have the cell reaction. We already get the cell reaction. That is Zn plus Cu 2 plus U, Zn 2 plus Cu. That we draw a reaction here. That is, it have an anode. Anode will be zinc and cathode will be copper. Anode undergo oxidation. That is Zn gives Zn 2 plus 2 electron, and in cathode it will give Cu 2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. When you're writing this overall reaction, this 2 electron cancels, then you can write like this. That is Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. That is the overall reaction is given here. This reaction occur in two different portions of the Daniell cell. That is, this is the oxidation half cell and this is the reduction half cell. You know it very clearly. So see here, the reduction half reaction occurs in the copper electrode. That is, copper will undergo reduction, and while the oxidation half cell is occur on the zinc electrode, that is zinc undergo oxidation, and these are called the half cells, or it is also known as the redox couples. That each half cell, that is reduction half cell is there, oxidation half cell is there, and that is known as the redox couples. When we are moving further, this is the actual representation. You have zinc with you, you have copper with you. Zinc is immersed in zinc sulfate, and copper is immersed in copper sulfate. The zinc is an anode, it will undergo oxidation. Copper is a cathode, it will be undergo reduction, and each the electrolyte is connected by what? It is connected by a salt bridge. The salt bridge is made up of agar-agar, KCl, sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate. See here, each half cell consists of a metal rod at electrode dipped in a electrolyte. This is a dipping process. So see here, the two half cells are connected by a metallic wire through voltmeter. There is a voltmeter is connected here. A switch externally, a switch is also present externally. And also when we have the electrode of the two half cells are connected internally through a salt bridge. And what is Salter bridge? We already gave you the Salter bridge condition. The reduction half reaction, that is a reduction half cell, you know that Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu, and the oxidation half cell, we have a Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electron. From this we get that there is a tendency of a metal ion from a solution to get deposited on a metal electrode, try to make it positively charged, and the same time metal ion from an electrode have a tendency in the solution to make it negatively charged. So see here, the negatively charged means they have tendency to accept electron, positively charged means it have a tendency to lose electron. Where is losing of electron takes place? Anode. Anode will be losing of electrons, so anode will be positive. Cathode have a tendency to accept electrons, therefore cathode will be act as a negatively charged. Okay. At equilibrium, there is a separation of these two types of charges, and depending upon the tendency of the two opposing reaction, the electron may be positively charged or negatively charged with respect to the solution. With respect to the solution, it may be either positively charged or it may be either negatively charged. A potential difference developed between the electrode and electrolyte solution, that is known as electrode potential. So when we are writing an electrode potential, you have to know it is a potential difference between the electrode and electrolyte. See, when an electrode is dipped in an electrolyte, it have a tendency to lose electron or gain electron. So there is a potential difference will be occur in between the electrode and electrolyte, that is known as electrode potential. This definition is important, please. It may be coming for 1 mark. But in the case of a galvanic cell, a oxidation half cell is called the anode. Anode will be always undergo oxidation, and it have negative potential with respect to the solution. It have a negative potential, a negative charge. The value, electrode potential value will be negative at anode because there is loss of electron. And also, whereas reduction half cell is cathode, reduction is gain of electron. If it is gain of electron, it have positive potential with respect to the solution. So in the case of anode, anode will be having a negative potential. Negative potential means E0 value will be negative at anode. At anode, E0 value will be at negative. Anode is positive, that we already know, but their electrode potential will be always negative, and electrode potential at cathode, it will be positive. At cathode, electrode potential will be positive. And you have to know what is meant by electrode potential. That is a potential difference between the electrode and electrolyte is known as the electrode potential. And it have an anode and it have a cathode. The anode will always undergo oxidation and cathode will always undergo reduction. Anode will be having a negative electrode potential and cathode will be always having a positive electrode potential. What is the equation of Gibbs energy? Delta G is equal to minus NFE. Keep that equation in your mind. Based on that, we have to do the problem. Now you got the concept of galvanic cell. Now you got the concept of the delta G's equations and everything. So when we are moving further, this is the actual working process that we have to say. That is, you have an anode and you have a cathode. Anode is positively charged and cathode is negatively charged. So opposite charged ion adjacent to the surface. So opposite charged ion, the oppositively charged, that is, if it is anode is positive, so towards that positive, negative ions will be attached, and this cathode is negative, where you can see the positive ions are attached to. This is the layer in between them. So this is the actual, we can say, actual internal figure, internal reaction figure of a galvanic cell. There is no need of this figure and everything. So this is the actual representation of a galvanic cell. It having a zinc is immersed in zinc nitrate and copper is immersed in copper nitrate, and this two solution is connected by a Salter bridge and it is connected by a voltmeter with a switch. The flow of electron, see, the flow of electron is from anode to cathode. The flow of electron takes place from anode to cathode, and the flow of current will be just opposite. The flow of current will be from cathode to anode. This is a reaction. So you already know Salter bridge is made up of sodium nitrate or potassium nitrate, or it may be made up of KCl, or it may be made up of agar-agar. We studied that all the concept. This is the actual representation of a galvanic cell. So when we are moving further, A number of galvanic cell can be constructed on the same pattern of Daniell cell by taking combination of any two different half cell. Here we are considering zinc and copper. You can take any other elements and you can make the galvanic cell. You can take any other elements and you can make the galvanic cell. So before the live section, my dear students, you have to make a galvanic cell and their cell representation with I will give you some example. You are given by zinc and gold. You are given by zinc and gold. Gold is Au. Zinc is immersed in zinc nitrate, and here it is gold nitrate, that is AuNO3. So you are given by zinc and gold, and here you have to make a galvanic cell for zinc and gold. Please try to make it, and if you have any sort of doubts, you can WhatsApp me or you can ask your doubts on our Bright Learning app. So we can go through a question. The cell in which electrical current is produced by oxidation reduction process is called oxidation, that is redox process. By a spontaneous redox process, electric current is produced, that is known as voltaic cell or a galvanic cell or a Daniell cell. The function of salt bridge in an electrolyte is, what is the function? To prevent the mixing of the electrolyte in the two half cell. It is prevent the mixing of two electrolyte. That's right. And to complete the circuit, that is to from carry the electron from anode to cathode or from cathode to anode, it is a we can say it is a bridge itself for the transportation of the electron to maintain the electrical neutrality of the two half cells. That is also right. And you have to study these 3 points. Sometimes the questions may come, what is the uses of salt bridge? This is I am giving you as a I am giving you as a MCQ, but the questions may come, what is the function of a salt bridge? You have to know these 3 functions. It is prevent the mixing of two electrolyte. It will maintain the electrical neutrality between the two half cell. It will complete the circuit. These are the 3 uses of a salt bridge. So when we are moving further, Daniell cell is shown by, what is the cell representation of a Daniell cell? I gave you Daniell cell, that we can say here, it in the anode will undergo oxidation. So we can write here that is Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electron. Then in the cathode it will undergo reduction. So we can write here Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. Overall reaction, we can write this 2 electron cancels each other. Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. This is the overall cell representation, and from this overall cell reaction, cell representation is ABC, anode bridge cathode. Anode Zn gives Zn2 plus Zn bar, Zn2 plus bridge. Then cathode Cu2 plus is converted into Cu. This is the cell representation of a Daniell cell. So what is the answer? Zn bar Zn2 plus double bar Cu2 plus bar Cu. Okay, so when we are moving further, we have to do the IUPAC conventions related to this electrochemistry. So the IUPAC convention, here we are saying how this how we can write the that is cell representation and everything. I gave you, this is a bridge cathode, that is anode bridge cathode. So we can say here, first of all, you have to write, that is, for example, in the case of a Daniell cell, we have zinc is immersed in zinc sulfate, and you have a copper is immersed in copper sulfate. And I gave you the concept of everything, and this is a cell representation, that is anode bridge cathode. Anode, that is Zn bar, electrolyte, it will become Zn2 plus double bar. Here it is electrolyte, that is Cu2 plus bar, here the metal is Cu. That's the thing only. It's a very simple concept of the cell representation. So we can do the cell representation of this one. This is a reaction, so Zn will become Zn2 plus, that is Zn bar Zn2 plus double bar Cu2 plus will become Cu, that is Cu2 plus bar Cu. So we can do, what is a cell reaction of taking place in the reaction. So here this is an electrolyte. We know this is a metal only. There is no charge. This is electrolyte. This is also electrolyte. This is Ag. So write the cell reaction you have to do if you are given by the cell representation. So you are given by copper and silver. To take the reactivity series KNaCAMg, AlZnFe NiSnPbH CuHgAgAu. This is a reactivity series, and you can see there is Ag. So copper and Ag, which will undergo oxidation, which will undergo reduction. Copper will undergo oxidation and the silver will undergo reduction. So copper will become Cu, gives Cu2 plus 2 electron. This is a reaction at anode. Why? Because anode will undergo oxidation here. The cathode reaction, how can you write the cathode reaction? Silver, that is Ag plus 1 electron gives Ag, because Ag only have 1 electron to lose. To make it as 2 electron, you have to multiply this whole reaction either by 2. So you have to multiply this reaction by 2. So it will become 2 Ag plus 2 electron. It will become 2 electron. 2 electron gives 2 Ag. This is a reaction. So this 2 electron cancels each other. So the cell representation, how can you do that? Is Cu becomes Cu2 plus, that's right, and Ag will become 2 Ag plus will become 2 Ag, and no need of writing this Ag or Ag plus everything. So you can write this reaction like this. So how can you write that? Is C, add the reaction, no need of this reaction right now. You have the final reaction here. So you can adding the left side, that is Cu plus 2 Ag plus gives here it is Cu2 plus 2 Ag. This is the actual cell overall reaction. So Cu plus 2 Ag plus gives Cu2 plus 2 Ag. This is a cell representation. To find the EMF, what is electromotive force? You have to write E right minus E left. What is E right? That is E cathode minus E anode. In this way, you have to find the EMF. EMF is the electro, that is how much current is forming. How much current is forming, you have to find by E right minus E left, that is E cathode minus E anode. E cathode minus E anode. So you are studying lot of things in a simple condition itself. Now you studied galvanic cell and how to represent the galvanic cell, how to do the reaction at anode, how to do the reaction at cathode, how to do the overall reaction from a simple reaction, how to make it at overall reaction. This all the concept you read very clearly based on a simple reactivity series. So when we are moving further, we are going to discussing here is a standard hydrogen electrode. This is known as She. Standard hydrogen electrode, that is known as She. See here the students, you got the condition, that is the electromotive force, that is E cell is equal to E right minus E left, that is E cathode minus E anode. That is E cell, that is how to find the electromotive force, that is E cell is equal to E right minus E left, that is E cathode minus E anode. How to find that E? The E you can find only by connecting with what? By She. For example, in the case of a galvanic cell, I will show you that in the case of a galvanic cell, in the case of a galvanic cell, you have considering there is anode here. For example, if you are considering the zinc here, this is zinc is immersed in zinc sulfate. You have to find the electrode potential of the zinc. What you have to do? Check the reactivity series first of all. That is K, Na, Ca, Mg, Al, Zn, Fe, Ni, Sn, Pb, H, Cu, Hg, Ag, Au. This is a reactivity series. In this reactivity series, you are given by zinc, and to check the electrode potential of zinc, you have to connect it with the She. What is She? This is the She representation. She having, see here, it having a 1 molar solution with a platinum electrode at the bottom, and you have hydrogen gas will be present in it at a 1 bar pressure. This is She. Based on the She only, because She, that electrode potential of a She is 0. Electrode potential of She is 0. You have to consider like that. Electrode potential E0 value of She is always considered as 0. By connecting with the She, you will get the electropotential of each compound. For example, if you want to find the electropotential of zinc immersed in zinc sulfate, the zinc, see, zinc is present here, hydrogen will be present at the bottom. You can see here, zinc is present at the top and the hydrogen is present at the bottom. So the zinc will be act as an anode. This will be connected with what? This is connected with the She here. This will be connected with the She here. This is She. This is connected with the She. So to find the electropotential, you have to do like this one. For example, if you want to find the electropotential of copper, see, copper is present below the hydrogen. So what you have to do, this hydrogen, that is She, will be act as an anode there. So you have to write the She as an anode. So I'm just considering the She as an anode here. See, you are considering the She as anode, and this anode should be connected with the copper. This is the condition. You have to represent with respect to all the things based on the reactivity series. So see here, if you are given by zinc and the She, the zinc will be act as an anode and the She will be act as a cathode, because top will be anode, bottom will be cathode. And see here, if it is hydrogen and copper, that hydrogen, She will be act as an anode and the copper will be act as a cathode. And you have to know, this is the actual representation of She. She always, the electropotential is 0, and here this is a representation with having hydrogen at 1 bar pressure and it having a platinum electrode, and it is immersed in 1 molar solution of H+ ion. So this is the actual cell representation of She. This is the actual cell representation of She. This is very important. That is platinum bar H2 bar H+. Platinum bar H2 bar H+ is the cell representation of She. At 298 Kelvin, the electromotive force of the cell by connecting with She with another half cell, we can write electropotential is equal to E right minus E left. This is a method of finding the electropotential. The concentration of a standard electrode potential, not She. This is not standard hydrogen electrode. For a standard electrode, the electropotential is always unity, a single value itself. It is a constant value itself. The hydrogen oxidation electrode can be exhibited electropotential greater than 0. The hydrogen oxidation electrode, hydrogen undergo oxidation electrode and exhibit electropotential greater than 0 if when the concentration of H+ ion is decreased simultaneously and the pressure of H2 gas is increased. When the pressure of H2 gas is increased and the concentration of H+ ion is decreased, it will be having an electropotential greater than 0. Keep that point in your mind. It may be coming for the MCQ type of question. How, when the electropotential value of a hydrogen oxidation for a She, we can say it is greater than 0. That is when the pressure of H2 is increasing and the concentration of H+ ion is decreasing, then we can say this will be the electropotential will be greater than 0. The She electrode is coated with what? It is coated with the platinum. We know it is coated with the platinum. Then we have to go with our Nernst equation. We have to go to study our Nernst equation. So all of my dear students, please revise the topic up to this one and we can do the further topics in the further class. So all of my dear students, revise it, make a perfect note. The further topics and your doubts we can discuss in the next class. Up to that time, see you in the next class. Goodbye.